What's good, JEVITEE Nation? I hope you guys are all feeling positive and energized out there. Welcome to today's quote of the week. Today's quote of the week is by Wayne Dyer, who says that change the way that you look at things and the things that you look at change. Very, very interesting, right? Very, very deep, and also it goes straight to our minds, in the sense that the way that we view things in general, it all stems from this, but then this gets influenced by various other sources from the outside. Okay, and so whatever information that we soak in, that we take in, we definitely it becomes part of our makeup, part of our beliefs system, and it can also influence us negatively or positively. And so it is important, it is imperative for us to have, firstly, an open mind, to start to view things from a different perspective, to allow yourself to, because I think if we have maybe a one-dimensional way of thinking, I think it's not a good way to live life, because we'll always miss the other perspectives, the other way to view that particular thing, and yeah, so therefore I think to have an open mind, that means we will have more options. Okay, I'll give you an example, people. Before I started waking up early in the morning for me to train, I used to have a different perspective, how I view this particular thing, called discipline, waking up early in the morning. Now, through analyzing myself, because I used to ask myself the question, why, do I have this notion of I can't do it, when I will see other people doing it, now so I did my research, and then also I analyzed myself, and then the conclusion I came to was, I've been caught up in being influenced by what I'm used to, for so many years. So therefore, those information I've picked up from various sources has influenced the way that I'm thinking. Because if we are truthful, JEVITEE Nation, we will admit that waking up early in the morning to train it's not really the norm, right? For most of us. But I think there's a reason for that, because I believe, through doing my research, that we don't think that's a logical time, for us to wake up early. Some of us will just ask the question, why should I do it, when I need my sleep, and etc. But then what I realize is, I can change my pattern of thinking, and then my pattern of behavior. So it was never a case of like, this is impossible, after doing my research, I did realize that it's possible. And so I started changing, the way that I was thinking, the way I've been caught up, in receiving the information from the outside world that this is not possible. And to fast forward, people, now I've been doing it for quite a while. I realized that this was always possible, but the mind has been influenced, so it's funny how I look back now, and I realize that like when Dyer is saying to change the way that we view something, the way you look at it, and the things that you look at change, and so in theory, my perspective changed, the way I think about, waking up early in the morning to train has changed, because now I actually feel good waking up, and then after I finish training, I even feel 10 times more, I feel positively, enriched, basically, So it's funny how, like I said earlier, this quotation goes straight to the mind, because it's all about perspective, and the way you view things. But we should be mindful that that other things from the outside does influence us, and it becomes part of our beliefs system, and so it can be good or bad. And so it's very interesting, right? Very, very interesting. Another example I would share with you guys is speaking in front of the camera. Now, before I started this channel in January 2019, I had a fear, also a certain perception, the way that I view myself, in front of the camera. Now, it might seem to some of you guys that I'm comfortable right now, as I speak to you guys out there, but I'm really not. It's because now I am more used to it, so I'm getting better. But I am far from the finished article, shall I say. But the interesting thing is, all the fears and the doubts and all those things I had from the beginning, now to look back, it's quite interesting that if I didn't break that spell and brave myself to start this new venture, to become a better version, of myself, then I think I will still be in that way of thinking, with all my fears, insecurities, and everything rolled into one. So now, a few months down the line, it's very fascinating that for me to be sitting in front of the camera and even be discussing, this particular issue is very, very interesting, So again, when Dyer is absolutely right, the way that we look at things, we should analyze it sometimes, and that very thing, the way that we look at it will change, because we are changing, and therefore we create a different perspective, a different angle to look at it. And so it's quite fascinating, this quotation, okay? The same can go for some of you guys out there, some of us have issues, right, left, center, but I think sometimes to deal with a particular issue, we need to view them from a different perspective, and hopefully we can find a positive, solutions to them. But I truly believe, people, that this quotation also, in between it, speaks of having the mind open, because when we have the mind open, we allow ourselves to receive information, that is good, because to receive information, is good, but to have the open mind to analyze, what is right, what is wrong, I think it's a very positive things to do. So it will definitely give us that platform to have courage to change the way that we look at things, and then the things that we'll look at will change. Okay, people. So I think this quotation by Wayne Dyer is definitely, you know, up there. You know, it's a very deep quotation. All right, so I hope you guys can find some form of positivity from this quotation. All right, you know, and just incorporate it, you know, into your life, you know, and just give you a different perspective of how to view things sometimes. That all is never lost. All right, people, thanks for watching. Once again, I really appreciate your love and support. All right, people. So for all those of you guys who are tuning in to my channel for the first time, please don't forget to press the subscribe button, the like, and also the notification bell. That way you will definitely be one of the first ones to be notified of all new contents coming out from JEVITEE. Okay, much appreciated. Okay, all right, people, this is the end of today's quote of the week. All right, so take care of yourselves. Until next time, peace, stay positive. JEVITEE.